Live coverage of tonight's race presented by the Asphalt Racing Network. Of course, in partnership with Decals Paint and Photoshop, your one-stop shop for all of your iRacing paint needs. And of course, Young Hitta Collectibles. Be sure to check us out on Whatnot for all of your 124 and 164 new Lionel Racing diecast and collectibles. Ladies and gentlemen, holy hell, there's a lot on the screen. Welcome to the American Stock Car Racing League season number 2 kickoff here tonight. Week 1 officially underway after a month-long break. And of course, back here at Daytona tonight for the Super Speedway Series. 2.48 mile track, 78 degrees on the temp for the track, 78 for the air, so it's comfortable across the board. Just slightly some wind at 2 miles per hour, nothing too bad for these drivers here tonight. 4 additional sets of tires, plus the one that they start off with tonight, of course. 1 fast repair sitting in pits, waiting to see if it will be needed. Then, of course, we will have 3 green, white checkers. 65% fuel limits in those cars. It's about 15 laps of gas per run. And, of course, as always, Tyler Jones here for the Asphalt Racing Network up in the booth for you guys tonight. Looking on the track, we have got some drivers trying to warm up. Got about 3 minutes left in warm-ups. This would be the time to get them done if they haven't. Of course, a lot on the line here tonight. Bragging rights for week number 1. Points will make a difference early on here. 5 drivers are going to have to qualify into the race here tonight to make the full 40-car field. You see Alan Hess already getting the mower out. He said the team didn't do good enough. I need to take off a little bit more grass for us here tonight. No problems with that, folks. No problems with that. Landscape crew probably doesn't mind it themselves. It gives them half of the work to have to do after this race is over, of course. A lot of drivers returning here tonight. A lot of drivers new this season. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is all going to work out for these drivers here tonight. Of course, having to mesh some new, some old. Teams have practically remained the same. Adding a few more drivers or adding a few affiliate teams as well here this season. So we will see how it's all going to fare for the drivers here tonight. Of course, we do have our interviews with our season. With our 2 dual winners. We're going to go ahead and get one of them in here now. Pulling in Charlie Morgan, one of our dual winners last week. Charlie, you got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, of course, new face to the league. A lot of adversity you're going to have to face here. You being one of the new guys, not really knowing how drivers are going to run. How were you feeling last week for the duel? I mean, obviously getting one of the 2 wins, now coming down to the actual race here tonight for 100 laps.
Yeah, with my rookie stripes. So last week, I just got my teammate Sean Bounty, and at the beginning of that race, I just committed to his back bumper. Road was going to ride the pit stops, and we know how that went. And so at the end, I was kind of out there by myself, and then he found me at the end, and I come across the line P1, and I think he came across 3rd.
So, of course, coming in as a rookie with a big field like this, super speedway racing, it's never a factor of if you can't do it. It's going to be a factor of how consistent can you be. How are you feeling coming into this race tonight, first week out of a long season here to try to get to that playoff run. What are kind of your goals you're setting for yourself this season, and what do you feel like you're going to have to bring each week to kind of prove yourself with those rookie stripes on the back of the car?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring the A game every week, but my goal honestly is just a top 10 in the championship at the end. I'd be happy with that. But me being the overachiever that I am, I'm definitely gonna go for a top 5.
Well, of course, brother, congratulations last week on dual win. No, it was pretty late, so we were saving it for tonight for your introduction here on the mics. So, of course, good luck to not only you tonight, but of course, new team Rebel Racing, and hopefully, we're talking to one of three of you in the post race.
Appreciate the interview too, Tyler.
Yeah, no problem. That was your dual winner, one of your dual winners, Charlie Morgan. There. Do we have anybody on track? We got a few drivers on track right now. Let's go ahead, make sure he's not on track. He's not on track, so we're going to pull him up here real quick. Now, talking to our other dual winner, this man was on a warpath last season, almost had a championship for himself after a crazy regular season for him. That is going to be the number 21, the Candyman, Daniel Holloway.
Well, hello. Long time no hear, Mr. Tyler.
Right, I feel like it's what a great way to start season 2 with you in the booth, man.
Well, the way it ended, it went out with a bang, so let's see if I can start this season with a bang.
Now, of course, had a really good season last year. You picked up, I believe, the most wins out of the entire field. You kind of struggled there at the end in the postseason. Were able to make it down to the Final Four, just had an unfortunate race and wasn't able to get that season championship. Of course, still going to the team, so still something to be grateful about. It wasn't all for nothing, but now fresh slate, fresh tires, new cars. How are we feeling about season 2?
Sorry, I was barely hearing you with Dalton talking about the race tonight. A little screw up again tonight. Sorry, repeat that again.
No, it's perfectly fine. What I was saying is, you do have, I believe, the most wins out of any driver last season. Of course, got to that postseason run, kind of struggled a little bit, still made it to that Final Four. Unfortunately, didn't have the night you wanted, wasn't able to take away that championship, but it still went to the team. So, of course, still something to be grateful about. New tires, fresh car, and a whole lot of new faces here tonight. How are we feeling about coming into season 2?
Well, season 2, I got a lot more drivers in here, a lot more competitive. Everybody's gotten used to each other a little bit more, so hopefully we get, more green flag, racing as far as that, clean up these cautions. It's a new season, new cars. As far as, what I got to focus, I'm still going to do what I did the whole season. For regular season is be conservative as far as finishing wise and stuff, and try to sneak a win here and there. But it's a whole new chapter. Anything can happen, or I can be how I did last season, start off the charts, and I can start this season playing catch up. So it's anybody's this season again.
Well, of course, man, before we let you get back down there with the team and kind of get in the right mindset to start this 500 off with a bang, what are your goals this season for the long run? Of course, we know, make it to the playoffs. But what goals are you setting for yourself here in this regular season to kind of give yourself something to chase on a weekly basis?
Well, I'm going to try to tie 3 wins this season again. Goal is to get back to that top 4 again and actually take that championship that was stolen by the teammate of mine, of Dalton Gibson. That so glad that he won it for the team, but it's still sour when I see that trophy with his name on it. It's like, it got away from me.
Well, of course, man, good luck to you this season. Of course, good luck to you and the entire team tonight. You're going to have a lot to have to face this year. Of course, new drivers, new racing, and hopefully a lot cleaner racing, of course. But hopefully we're talking to you again here at the end of the night. If not, I'm gonna have a long discussion with you after this race.
Please do tell me what I did wrong. That's for sure. But I think just to kind of give you a heads up, I think we might be delaying the green flag maybe a lap or so with the qualifying, and then where everybody was finishing the duels. I think everybody is going to be in position, so it might take a lap or so to move things around to where it's supposed to be from last week's duels. So just to give you a heads up, buddy.
10-4, appreciate it, brother. Good luck tonight, man.
All right, thank you, and hope to hear that lovely voice of yours.
Appreciate it, man. That would be your man, the Candy Man, Daniel Holloway. You gotta love him, man. Still a few drivers on the field right now trying to get some qualifying laps done. Trying to get some warm up in these cars here. Next gen cars, of course, tonight, like you heard, we're going to be doing at least 2 pace laps so we can actually get in the correct grid from our finishing order last week. Where we did the duels, that is actually set our official gridding order. So we will be at that grid mark in about 3 minutes. Then we'll set it up correctly and go green for you guys to get the first green flag laps this season. Got about 2 minutes, minute 57 seconds left in qualifying. And then we are going to hit the grid. Of course, if you're new here, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're friends of a new driver, family of a new driver, if you're a new driver yourself, we appreciate you having us tuned in. If you are racing in the background, hopefully not using it to see what's going on in front of you. But, you know, we appreciate you guys tuning in here. Be sure to drop us a follow. Hit the bell icon. Turn your post notifications on to make sure you get the notification when we go live here for the American Stock Car Racing League. But this isn't the only place we go live for. You can catch us 2 more times of the week at this point in time. Will be 4 in just a few short more months. Of course, what you're watching right now, the American Stock Car Racing League at Monday, green flag at 8:30. But, of course, you know, we've had a few little hiccups with the sessions in the last 2 weeks, so it'll be about 9 o'clock for the green flag. Right time, Next Gen Series will return on Wednesdays, 9:05 p.m. for the qualifying time. That will be, I believe, about the first week of September. Then, of course, the NARS Truck Series on Fridays, following the Next Gen Cup Series on Saturdays. 8:45 p.m. EST is about roughly your green flag. So you got enough racing here to watch throughout the week. Make sure you drop a follow. We appreciate it. Of course, if you are new here and you don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account. That will give you 1 free sub a month. You will not have to watch any commercials while we go picture in picture under cautions. You can still see the side-by-side action that may be happening. Corey Rainey is burning out as if he's won the race already. But yeah, be sure to drop a follow, turn your post notifications on, use your Amazon Prime subscription. And if you don't have Amazon Prime, you are more than welcome to subscribe to the channel for ad-free. It's not mandatory. We appreciate it. All donations, bits, whatever, we do appreciate it. It is not mandatory, but it is definitely appreciated. Of course, they are going to go to the warm-ups now. So we're going to hit a quick commercial break. Don't worry, you're not going to miss much anyway. We're going to hit a quick commercial break, go down there, talk to the drivers, hear how they're feeling on the radios about tonight. And we'll be back with our grid in just a few minutes.
industry. It runs on your industry, your hard work. After all, the wheels of commerce don't spin by themselves. It takes an expert to keep them turning. You. Mobile experts can help, working by your side to make machines and engines last longer, streamline maintenance, understand data, and act on it, saving time, money, and energy. Because everything runs precisely, exactly, and completely the way it's designed. Something we understand inside out, from working together with experts at equipment manufacturers. Enough to earn their recommendation in 3 short words. Fill with Mobile. And it's not written in pencil for a reason. The well-oiled machine, you make it that way. Because you fill with more than exceptional lubrication. You fill with expertise, collaboration, and pride. You fill with Mobile.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
Make all the best moves, and then, boom.
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
That's true in racing and life. Things happen that are out of your control. And when debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. National Debt Relief is the most trusted debt relief company in America and can get you back on track and in control. And they don't just patch things up. They help you build a winning strategy so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. National Debt Relief helps reduce your debt so you can focus on moving forward. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Every journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools.
Jump down in front.
Logitech G wheels and pedals, available with one click on.
Warm-up still activated now. You're seeing a lot of these cars try to figure out how to maneuver the field. It is going to be a fun one, I promise you that. See some pack racing going on right now. They're trying to get it warmed up. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen the warm-ups right now with the fastest set time. Of course, it might be draft. It might be a solo. You're going to have to decipher that yourself. If they're in the 46s, it's definitely a draft pack, and it's probably this entire pack we're seeing on the screen right there. Within that top 7. Making sure our cams are going to be looking good for y'all here tonight. It's that roll bar cam you're seeing right now. Also got the gyro cam. I want to back that one up a little bit. Of course, beautiful view of our track here tonight, man. Sun just setting in the background. You see it just hitting that water. Lights will be on here soon. I'm surprised they're not already on now with how dark it's looking here in warm-ups. Still got about 8 minutes left in warm-ups. So we got a lot of time left. Of course, pit road cameras for the entrances, for the exit at the line, and then, of course, the far cam of the exit there as well, which we could use as a flyby cam. Still have your flag stand cam. You'll be able to see all of our restarts right then and there. Of course, we'll hit it for green flag. Got your wall cams and the old school digger cam sitting on the line. Of course, Crank It Up is going to be beautiful tonight. Of course, our fan cam from the grandstands, you can watch it as if you're actually at the 500. We got the spotter cam in the Eagle Nest. Sun is looking beautiful off these cars. Really good paint schemes. Seeing that red, white, and blue. KB Cheddar's throwback. Well, not really a throwback, but red, white, and blue Cheddars. Dalton Gregson, the Barbasol Bandit. We finally get to see it on the field. What else we got out here? 13 clear edge of Chet Sellers. Right in front of him, you see Corey Rainey running the degree scheme. Chromed out. Ooh. Bump drafting to the max. They are locked bumper to bumper right here. We're going to stay here because I feel like this is about to get good. Maybe not. It looked like there was about to be a crazy wreck. Adam Kilday on the track right now. About 5 minutes left in warm-ups. Nick Wing. Biffle throwback with the Granger. 16 font, too. .33 of Josh Ball running that green scheme. Very well known from Vicente Guerrero. On vacation this week. Will not be here tonight, unfortunately. Paul Bloom out here today. 29 Vault Machine. Ooh, they're getting a little squirrely out here. This is the perfect time to figure out all of your strategies. That's why we use warm-ups for... I feel like we're going to see a wreck here. Stephen Alessi in the Coca-Cola. Chromed out paint scheme. 35 of Matt Banky running a Fanta scheme. Old school font, if I'm not mistaken, too. Oh, that's not good. We got some guys through the grass. Dwayne Corbett. Junior and senior nod there with the Wranglers paint scheme. '87 Adam Sharon with the old good wrench. Throw your driver picks in chat. Who do you feel is going to get this win tonight? Who are you also rooting for as well? If you're new here and you don't have anybody to root for, now's a good time to figure out who to root for. Well, lucky for you, Dragon, he's not here. He's in Florida at Disney World. Or Disneyland. Whichever one of those two is in Florida. 97 of Tyler Hurd on the field there. A little bit of draft. I feel like at some point in time we're going to have to see these people at least try to practice pit cycles. We've already seen a few, and it hasn't been good. Jesus Christ, there's just a bloom of smoke on the infield. Someone's burning it down. Hunter Smith in the 20 here tonight. He's running that Cheddar's going into pits now, probably practicing a stop, getting some fresh tires. About 25 laps of gas per fuel run. So we're going to see 2 pit cycles before that regular stage break at lap 50. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just under a minute left till we hit the grid, and then they're going to have to figure it all out. So we're going to go ahead and throw it over to our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Those bells are tolling. Drivers getting in their correct positions. Looking at qualifying in row 1, it will actually be Kevin Leash and Corey Rainey. Row 2 is going to be Charlie Morgan and Daniel Holloway, both your dual winners. Row 3 is going to be Vicente Guerrero, who is not here, and Dalton Gibson. Sean Boundy, Sam Taylor, Russ Hancock, and Chase Greer officially rounding out the top 10 from last week. Nicholas Wing, Josh Ball on the outside, Matthew Wilson, and DJ Norris. Zachary Stevens with Paul Bloom. Steven Jack with Adam Schroem. Trevor Yates with Christian Rhodes. Ethan Horst outside is going to be Matt Banky. Eric Rodeman with Stephen Alessi on the outside. Alan Hess with Mark Randall. I don't believe he will be here tonight. Madeline Jackson and Dwayne Corbett. Tyler Green on the inside in 29th. Dalton Gregson in 30th. Tyler Hurt in 31st with Brandon Matthews in 32nd position. Of course, Joshua Riddle, 33rd. Poston in 31st. No, I'm sorry. 34th is Poston, and then 35th is going to be Chet Sellers. One hell of a field here tonight. 32 cars have officially showed up and have been checked in, cleared, and are ready to go racing here tonight. Of course, showing warm-up. These were your fastest times in warm-up. Showing you their best speeds overall. It's going to be a close night. 46.372, 46.538, and a 46.556. Of course, draft is going to be a big thing here tonight. How can these drivers make it through the adversity that they're going to face here tonight is going to be the biggest question. Formation lap should be about finished. I believe everybody here is ready to go. Get a flyby of them on the flag stand. A slow flyby, that'll be. See the green flag being held there as they're still pacing. Caution lights are still on the track. Caution lights have now officially went out. You see it there just under the flag band. It is not blinking anymore. That means we will be going green next time by. Go ahead and share the broadcast before we hit the green flag. Get all of your friends, family huddled around your phones, TVs, laptops, whatever it may be. Let's root for these drivers on for good luck in season number 2. For some reason, if you have a hat on inside of your house, wave them on down to the right when they pass that checkered start and finish line. Into 3 and 4. for the pace truck will be pulling off. Getting ready to go green here tonight. Good luck to all the drivers. It's going to be a long season. It'll be a fruitful one for a few that can make it past all the way to the round of 4. We have a long time to think about till then, but of course, still in the back of these drivers' minds, they know what's at stake, not only here tonight, but for the entirety of this season. Pace truck is going to be off on the flag. Mans, notice we will have a green flag. Green flag is out now. Lap 1 officially completed. You saw a little bit of back and forth there between Leash and Rainey. Rainey now currently has the lead. Daniel Holloway behind him in second place. Leash still leading that bottom side line. Trying to charge up to the front of the field. Biggest question is, how long is it going to last? There's a lot of wiggling going on just behind. You don't want to see something happen too early. Corey Rainey decides to go up to the high side. Holloway dives down low. He will be your new leader, with Gibson in second place. Sam Taylor now up to third. 32 cars in this field, and my oh my, could it get messy at times. I don't think our cameras are good enough to hold this many cars in frame. We're going to back a few of them up here. Try to get you some good wide shots at all angles if possible. We're going to need them here tonight. You don't want to miss a beat of the action throughout the entirety of the field here. Making some moves. 17. Your season 1 champ. Now holding a lead position. So far, so good. Lap 4 out of 50. That is your first halfway point of the race. Corey Rainey gets the lead back on the top side. Starts to go down low at the 40 of Chase Greer. Charlie Morgan, one of your dual winners, now sitting in second place in the 69 machine. Trying to get Rebel Racing their first official points paying race win here tonight. Of course, the teams this season: Poston, Gibson, Holloway, Hancock, and Hurt still make up Candy Shack Motorsports. No Presta Racing, Adam Kilday, Adam Schroem, Dwayne Corbett, Josh Ball, and Vicente Guerrero. TMS Racing, Chase Greer's very own Ethan Horst and Smitty sitting in there. I believe he might be a spotter for him. Slightly Dangerous Racing makes another return this season. That's going to be Dylan Picklesimmer and Sam Taylor. Coke Money Racing. It's going to be Madeline Jackson, Matthew Wilson, Trevor Yates. Sandcastle Racing, DJ Norris, Kevin Leash, Matt Banky, and Steven Jack. HM Motorsports consists of Alan Hess, Eric Rodeman, Stephen Alessi. Of course, RVR Racing, your leader right now. Dalton Gregson, Corey Rainey. Still really wiggly here early on. We're still looking good. We're still looking good. Some long racing. Drivers know you don't want to make that move too early. You don't need to make the move. Just stay cautious, stay back, be comfortable within your line. A little bit of a wiggle down there from Sam Taylor. Uh-oh, Chase Greer. Meatball flag on Greer. Had a solo incident back there. That is not good. We also had a crash from Paul Bloom as well. Let's see what happened with Bloom first. Oh no, Bloom just went to the apron. Something happened back here. And we missed. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit. See what happened with Bloom. Just, oh no, this is way before the race started. Never mind me. Trying to look at Chase Greer here now. This is when he was down off pits. Looks like he was getting pinballed. Ooh, blown motor. It's exactly what that sounded like. Blown motor for sure. Obviously overheating somewhere. Not a good situation to be in early on. Blown motor taking you out of the race. He is going to be in pits. He has that fast repair, so thankfully he'll be back in it, but already a lap down, way off pace, almost a minute, 8 seconds off pace, so he's going to be waiting for a caution to be able to catch back up, if he could even catch back up. Right now, Corey Rainey, your current leader, now goes to Dalton Gibson. I was about to say, Rainey has led 4 laps in this race so far out of 10. Gibson has officially led only 2. Daniel Holloway started out. Sorry, Sean Bounty. Bounty actually losing a little bit of positions there. Holloway gained some. Holloway's only led 1 lap of the race here so far tonight. We are literally just changing leads, hands, back to back to back. Holding on so far so good right now. Holloway sitting in 5th place. Trevor Yates and Eric Rodham 1 and 2 right now. Looking a little dicey up here. Seems like people want to make some positions. Corey Rainey moving down to 4th place. Dalton Gibson, your season 1 champion, all the way back in. Whoa, I believe that's Rodham off the track. One had happened there, loss of control. Rodham going all the way down to 31st position. No blown engine, so that's a good thing. We could show maybe telemetry. Still firing off strong, 7,000 RPMs, just now far off pace compared to where he really wanted to be. Paul Bloom with a new fastest lap there in the back of the field. Sitting in 27th right now, fastest time of a 45.9. Back of the pack is where you're going to want to be when it comes down to draft. Looking at Paul, he's about halfway on the tank compared to some of these guys up in the front. I mean, they're all sitting pretty even when it comes to fuel right now. Do not think draft is really helping much because you're having to fully still stay in throttle, so. Sam Taylor now leading a few laps for themselves. 14 laps into the race so far. It's been really good. Only 2 drivers that have kind of fallen off pace pretty early. Of course, thank you guys for tuning in here. If you're just tuning in now, you are watching the American Stock Car Racing League's Season 2 kickoff here at the Daytona Super Speedway. Looking at our weather right now, we saw it earlier, but let's check it again, see what the track temps are looking like. Track temps have been up about 4 degrees. They're now 80 degrees, excuse me. 80 degrees still isn't that bad for a super speedway. You're not really going to have much tire degradation. It's still going to happen, but you know, you don't have to worry that much about your tires here. You're going to have to worry about your fuel more than anything. And of course, Daytona, 2.4-mile track, 37 feet above sea level, so pretty low here. 60 miles per hour. I'm messing up my units of measurement tonight. 60 miles per hour for pit speed limits. Little update here, Charlie Morgan, one of your dual winners, and Daniel Holloway side by side here. Both dual winners running the front of the field right now. They're going back and forth with the lead. The biggest question is who is really going to be able to pull off a pace here? It's going to be kind of hard with the draft as much as we have here. A lot of cars, you can see them all in the field. Sam Taylor now getting the advantage. Dylan Pickelsimmer as well, moving up to second place, putting Holloway and Morgan down 2 positions in 3rd and 4th. I mean, just go back and look at this blimp cam. It's not even a quarter of the track. Here's all of our drivers. Oh, we got an off-track event. We had an off-track in the back of the field there. Falling down a lot of positions now. That is going to be, I believe, the 85 of Adam Kilday. Fallen off, went down to the apron and regained it, came back thankfully. Kevin Leash has entered pit lane early. Tyler Hurt, your current leader. You saw it there pop up on your screen. Sam Taylor with a pretty good run in the lead here right now. We're hitting lap 21 out of 50, just about 3 laps shy of a halfway mark. They crossed the line this time by. 21 laps have went by so quickly. It hasn't even felt like it's been 21 laps. Drivers have already kind of spread out to a 2-pack field here. I think at the back of this pack we're going to have DJ Norris leading his, Brandon Matthews in the rear of the first pack. DJ Norris, Stephen Jack, Ethan Horst, Corbet, Sellers, Gregson, and Alessi with Kilday kind of separated by themselves. Hunter Smith in the 20 way off pace. Eric Rodman about to get lapped here just shortly. Chase Greer already 2 laps down. He's in that pack just in front of Kilday. A lot going on here tonight. A lot of cars to keep up with. I would say this is one of the biggest fields, I believe, we've had here for ASCRL. And love to see it. Only going to get better with time, of course. Try to give all these guys their flowers and as much screen time as possible because they do deserve it. Now, of course, Sam Taylor still leading the race at this point in time. He's been holding on to that lead pretty strong right now. Dylan Pickelsimmer, teammate, just behind. Taylor's led 9 laps out of this race. We've had a lot of lead changes so far here tonight. I don't believe it's going to be over anytime soon. That's just a part of the super speedway race. My mic was muted that entire time. Crazy caution there from Corbett. Doesn't seem like anybody else was involved, so that is a good situation. Of course, that's going to be a free pit cycle for the boys that needed to go down that time. Dwayne Corbett, Gregson, Sellers, and Rodman, Greer all a lap down. One will get their lap back. Hancock currently taking the charge of the lead as they finally come into pits this time by. Means Bounty staying out. He's going to charge up to the front. Technically, Bounty will be in the front now. Josh Ball in second. Charlie Morgan in third. Nick Wing in fourth. Holloway rounding out your top five at this point in time as we are getting ready to do Choose Cone to finish out the stage with about 20 laps by the time we go back green. Should be an interesting restart here now, as a lot of these drivers have been able to really navigate around themselves. They've had enough time to do so as well, so... Pace car will be off this time, right? Green flag back out now. Bounty in the lead, Ball on the bottom side. Already a really good start. 20 laps left. The first stage here. Josh Ball with a really good run on the outside line. Kind of looks like they want to start a 3-wide run. We have not seen anybody try to do that tonight yet. Another caution out in the back of the field. We were doing so good there. Paul Bloom almost with another caution there. Inside of the caution. Extra spin outs. Eric Rodman with an meatball flag. A few off tracks. Not good there. Looks like some wall contact. Ooh, they just stacked up bad here. And the 16 and Nick Wing got pushed in the rear. And it all just went downhill from there. Nick in the wall. Horse collected. Rodman collected. Gosh, a lot of contact after the fact, too. Chet Sellers also involved. Not the prettiest wrecks we've seen. 19 gets clipped from behind, too. God. Not a good situation for drivers. 33 laps into the race right now. 2 cautions. Tyler Hurt currently going to be your leader. Poston's going to be in second. Holloway in third. Josh Ball in fourth. Taylor currently right now in fifth. As we got a lapper getting their lap back, I believe. Oh, spin out on pit road. It's going to be Stephen Alessi. Brandon Matthews is going to be going to the end of the line there. You can see it on your screen. Love the action reports. Shows things that might not be seen in the front of the pack, that might be going on in the back of the pack, or, you know, mid-pack at least. And it's an easier way for y'all to keep up at home who's getting their lap backs easily. And Now the biggest question is who's actually going to be able to get this stage break win. Of course, it'd be the first break, the stage break win of the season. You know, could potentially be a big momentum shift for a new driver that hasn't had the opportunity to race with these guys last season and is now coming in as their first season. Chase going to be getting a lucky duck too. Yeah, you know, that stage break momentum, I mean, it'll really fix a lot. You can kind of see diamonds be created because of pressure and heat. That might be what we kind of see here tonight. I mean, you got Tyler Hurt in the lead right now, posted on the outside of him. I said that completely backwards. Tyler Hurt on the inside. Nope. Tyler Hurt on the outside, but posted on the inside of him. Fourth time. You know, we still got a few big names from last season up here, all the way up to the 7th position. Then you see a new name, Bounty, in 8th place. And then you got Hess, Alan Hess in 9th. Madeline Jackson, she's a new driver in 10th. Corey Rainey just outside in 11th. Kilday Leash. Hunter Smith, a new guy in 14th. You know, patiently waiting might pay out. If a wreck happens in the front, all you got to do is thread that needle. A lot of drivers have already most likely used a fast repair, so that's going to be out of the question for them. Now it's really going to be, let me not wreck my car and get to the finish. Pace truck lights are off, so we're going to be going back green flag, this time by the line. Green flag back out now, 15 to go in stage number 1. Poston gets to the lead just by about a quarter of a car length. Here comes Hurt on the outside. They're going to be neck and neck. Hurt's going to get the lead back, give it back to Poston. Bottom side's actually getting a pretty good run here now. I don't know how much it's going to benefit them right now, but they are stacked up way farther than this top side is. But I think we've always seen somehow, some way, in ASCRL history, as we've seen for Season 1, the top side always prevails. Nick Wing falling to the back of the pack right now. What that end of line is. Not a penalty or anything. There's literally a back and forth battle right now for first place. Sam Taylor getting his nose in there. Now in second place, gets the lead over that bottom side. Like I said, top side starting to prevail. They were back about a car and a half in length. And now here they are, leading the field, cleared by a whole 2 car lengths. Ooh. Tyler Hurt goes low, controls that bottom side there. It's kind of ruined the run for Taylor. He's got to make it back now. 12 laps to go in the race for stage number 1. drafting we're seeing right now in these straightaways. It's actually making a difference. Out of nowhere, here comes Holloway marching to the front, gets the lead. Another huge wreck. Oh no, we lost cameras. They are still wrecking. Meatball flags all around. Tyler Hurt with a meatball. Alan Hess with a meatball flag. Sam Taylor with a meatball flag. The front of the pack, Tyler Hurt just got spun. A nasty hit with the wall. Sandwich 3 wide. And then the rest was history. All kind of just went downhill from there. Unless he actually able to avoid that wreck, I do not even know how. Nasty, nasty wreck. Daniel Holloway, currently your leader as we hit the third caution. About 8 laps away from getting our stage break. Now, it's been rough so far. These cautions haven't really come out to crazy moves. Seems like they've all came out because of bad bumps in the corners. I mean, it's expected. It's going to be hard to really check up while you have a car not even a foot and a half behind your bumper. Because once you check up, they're not going to be prepared for it. They're going to end up hitting you. It's going to be off-centered most likely because it's going to be in the middle of a corner or apexing back out on your straightaway. And if that's the situation, nothing you can really do there to really fix it. So, you know, unfortunate situations we're seeing from some of these drivers. And now with a lot of fast repairs being used and fast repairs already been kind of activated here tonight, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for drivers to keep that damage off and not have to sit in pits for 6 minutes because they got a broken toe link or an axle that's about to be out, or a lot of panel damage, you know, affecting their aerodynamics. And it's going to get tougher the longer the night goes on. And at this point, a lot of these drivers that are having to activate their fast repair, they know it for sure. Here we go for the double file restart here. Daniel Holloway, Trevor Yates, two drivers very familiar with each other as the green flag is going to be back out now. Seven laps to go. A little bit of blocking going on there from Yates. He does not want to let Holloway get the advantage. He's going to let Corey Rainey take over the lead on the outside line. There goes Holloway up to the top. Top line is a surgeon. They are wiggling all over their lines. 5 to go this time by the line. Daniel Holloway back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They are going still at this point in time, looking at how many lead changes we've had so far. 19 lead changes before 50 laps of the race. That is absolutely insane right now. 3 cautions, all totaling 9 laps so far. We're about to have another 3 caution laps here for the stage break, which at this point might as well get extended to 70. Oh, as we have another wreck in the field. The big one, number 2. Big one, number 2. People are still wrecking. Holloway with a meatball flag. A lot of black flags this time by, most likely for cruising through the pits. Stephen Alessi is going to have a black. Brandon Matthews, Hunter Smith. Unfortunate for them. 1 meatball flag that's going to Holloway. Not a good situation there, folks. We're going to go back to where this yellow flag came out. Watch exactly what happened here in the blimp cam. Started with the leaders. And it just went downhill. 3 drivers getting a speeding penalty. You see Gibson gets slammed after the fact. Sam Taylor getting slammed after the fact. An object in motion shall stay in motion. Corey Rainey somehow made it out of that one. I don't know how. He made it out of that one. Actually, now I'm kind of curious. Let's go back to the cockpit cam. I mean, good Lord. Right on him. Right on him. Nowhere to go. Ay, ay, ay. What a tough night for some drivers. Now, here's the question. How many of those drivers are unfortunately not going to be in the rest of this race? We've had a lot of spins. We've had a lot of wrecks. Some have had no damage. Some have had really bad damage. The biggest question now is who's really going to be able to survive the rest of the night with a fast repair most likely already gone, not in the pocket. That's going to be the tricky part of the night. Now having to maneuver the rest of this race without any possibility of just the slightest misinput. Pace lights are off. We're going to get ready to go back green here. I'm going to listen into one of these radios, see how these drivers are feeling. Getting reports that the 4 and the 33 both have damage on the front of the line. This is going to be an interesting restart. 4 has already had to work from the back to the front once again. He's going to have to stay up front now. Both lines having damage. Green flags out. Very, very slow restart there that time. Nick Wing getting a black flag. Looks like they're passing on the wrong side of the line. Josh Ball's going to get the lead. They got 2 to go. Biggest question is who's going to be able to win this stage. They are wrecking in the back again. Caution is going to be out. Charlie Morgan, one of the new guys with a little bit of misfortune himself. Car just looks like it broke loose on him. Literally seemed like there was nothing he can do there. Car just looks like it broke loose bad. He tried to save it. Looks like a little bit of contact with the 01. He wheelman the hell out of it to keep it out of the wall. Burnt some tires, but he ended up saving it. It's your dual 1 winner. Now with that 5th caution, that is going to finish the stage, I do believe.
industry. It runs on your industry, your hard work. After all, the wheels of commerce don't spin by themselves. It takes an expert to keep them turning. You. Mobile experts can help, working by your side to make machines and engines last longer, streamline maintenance, understand data, and act on it, saving time, money, and energy. Because everything runs precisely, exactly, and completely the way it's designed. Something we understand inside out, from working together with experts at equipment manufacturers. Enough to earn their recommendation in 3 short words. Fill with mobile. And it's not written in pencil for a reason. The well-oiled machine, you make it that way. Because you fill with more than exceptional lubrication. You fill with expertise, collaboration, and pride. You fill with mobile.
You can run the perfect race,
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
make all the best moves, and then, boom.
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
That's true in racing and life. Things happen that are out of your control. And when debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. National Debt Relief is the most trusted debt relief company in America and can get you back on track and in control. And they don't just patch things up. They help you build a winning strategy so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. National Debt Relief helps reduce your debt so you can focus on moving forward. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Every journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools.
Logitech G wheels and pedals.
Oh, say, can
Why is the national
you
anthem
see?
playing? That's weird. We are back from commercial break. Stage number 2 started now. 48 laps to go in the stage. And by God, George has been an eventful stage 1. We went 27 laps green, and then we've had multiple cautions back to back to back to back. Hopefully, it'll stay green for the rest of the race. Sean Boundy right now in the lead, with Trevor Yates in second after Josh Ball getting the stage win under caution. A lot of drivers have used their fast repairs. A lot of drivers don't really have the option of damage anymore. If they want to sit 6 minutes in the pits, then yes. But if they want to finish this race on lead lap and in contention for the first win of the season, then their main goal right now is to keep it clean. That most likely means keeping some space between the car that they have in front and behind. Of course, you can control your gap to the car in front, but you can't control your gap to the car behind, so that's going to make it a little bit trickier for some of these drivers. Right now, we're still seeing a lot of side-by-side action. I have not seen a 3-wide line run yet, and that's actually shocking for these guys here, because normally somebody would try to get that third line rolling. Third line normally has the best side draft because you got all the wind from the low 2 lines. It'll really boost you. We saw a lot of wins come from the positioning created off of that third line to the wall, but we're keeping it safe. Well, we're trying to keep it as safe as possible with the 3 wides, I guess, because we're only seeing 2x2s. Now, a lot of movement between these 2x2s for positioning. feel like they just need to sit comfortably. I mean, you're not seeing a lot of movement lane-wise up in like the top 15, maybe top 10. Of course, behind that, those drivers are having to fight for the best position with the gaps that they can see in front of them, trying to get some good positioning to avoid the possible wreck that might come from about the mid-pack or so. Looking at mid-pack right now, following Adam Strom. He's got Rodman, Bloom, Smith, Ball, and Rainey around him right now, front and behind. Gibson looks like he's trying to create the third line here. They're going to be 3 wide up there. Some people actually moving with Gibson to that top side line. They have officially formulated a third line. Not working to the best of its abilities right now because they only have 2 cars. They lost their third. Wonder with them staying up there, is anybody else going to try and take a crack at it? There's another one. Oh, never mind, just for draft. Looks like the 88 of Picklesimmer actually went up there, got some draft, kept pushing around him, so. You got about 4 cars now using that line. Picklesimmer getting around Gibson, now in front on that top side. Third line is really the clearest line to the front of the pack right now, as nobody else is around. Oh Lord, Brown is in chat. That means someone's due to flip. Welcome in. Looking at our backpack right now around Steven Jack, Dwayne Corbett, Kevin Leash, Adam Kilday, Holloway, Nick Wing, Sam Taylor, and Greer front and behind. Sitting 24th position right now. To show you on the tower all of the gains and losses actively up to this point in time of the night right now. Horst in the lead, currently 27 positions up from where he started, fighting for that lead now with Matt Banky. They have came out of nowhere. Sean Boundy now moving up to second place. Todd Poston moving up to 4th, fighting with Brandon Matthews. They got 2 lines, 3 wide racing. Banky running that middle line to succession right now. Trying to block both lines. Resident Cheer Squad. If I could make you a tag on Twitch that says Resident Cheer Squad, I absolutely would. Boundy now back up to the lead. Morgan, after his solo spin out, he's back up to the top now. 2 Toyotas within the top 10. Two Toyotas, 3 Fords, 5 Chevys. In your top 10 right now, Matt Banky. Looking like he's having some trouble. He's just falling off hard from the lead all the way down to 20th, still losing positions. Losing another one there to Josh Ball. Moving down to 21st. Boundy and Morgan now going to be back up in the lead. They're running the top side. It's almost single file racing now. 40 more laps to go here. I mean, technically you do pay. There's a little purple button that's next to me that give you about 3 minutes of payment. Sean Boundy, a new guy, got that picture like he's esports ready. Led 7 laps of this race right now. A little bit of a wall skim there. Speaking of Dalton, we haven't shown it yet. Payday's got a little different scheme tonight. It's not all orange, if you notice. It's blue and yellow. I mean, blue and yellow. What is wrong with me? It is blue and pink. News coming out of the Gibson household. They are expecting a child. And it's a little bit of the gender reveal car. So if you are in here watching right now live, you can put your picks if it's going to be a boy or a girl in chat. And we'll come back to flame you or give you flowers next week when supposedly he announces it. He said it was supposed to be this week last week, and now he said this week next week, so. Well, we'll see. I think it's a boy. I don't know. Sometimes you could be wrong. Maybe God's going to curse him with a girl. I really don't say curse him with a girl for the fact that there's anything wrong with it. It's just, it's a lot harder to be a girl dad than it is a boy dad. So, the next 18 years plus of his life are going to be fun. You know, that's a great question. I don't think we have that equipped here. I'm not sure if Daytona would allow us to do colored smoke for a burnout if he wins. Right now, he's got to worry about that top side before we can even think about burnouts. He's got 37 more laps to go, and he's already lost about 5 positions from where he just was in the lead to the top side. Top side always prevails. Now getting cut off by Horst. Corey Rainey trying to lead that low line. Trying to get his momentum back up to the top now. He was in the lead there to start that last restart before the stage break. Unfortunate situation as he did get into a wreck. So him and Josh Ball did have damage for that last restart. Of course, Rainey just couldn't hold it on that bottom side. That top side got the best of him. Ball did claim that stage victory. So far, so good for these drivers. Rainey falling down to about 4th. Looking at 10th place right now. Ethan Horst. 15 on your screen right there. Alessi behind. Wilson behind. Hancock as well. Just in front of the 97. And Tyler Hurdy starting to gain advantage on, as well as the 4th, Corey Rainey. They're looking pretty good. Pretty clean. That's the wrong cam. You know what, we got a good field here tonight. Something we ain't done all night so far. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and turn your TVs, your phones, your tablets up. If you have headphones, this is your warning, because we are about to crank it up. I have no idea why they keep starting to play. But of course, as we do crank it up, a caution comes out. Ooh, Corey Rainey involved in that one. A lot of meatball flags out. Josh Ball with a meatball flag. Dylan Picklesimmer with a meatball. Corey Rainey with a black flag. Madeline Jackson as well, having a meatball flag. Not a good situation there. It's going to go ahead and roll it back just a little bit because we can see the contact right there. See if we can get a good camera here. Slow-mo it, see exactly what happened. Looked like the 0-1 of Wilson came down over that seam. You can see it came down over the seam. Oh, no, that's not Wilson. That's Alessi. Excuse me. Alessi came down over that seam, and it kind of just started hell on the bottom side. Rainey getting spun out. On the low side, a big plume of smoke right in front of the cameras. Looking at Chet Sellers during the crash now. Right into the door of Rainey. Trying to avoid the wreck and went right into it himself. Unfortunate. Josh Ball is well involved in the accident. Getting punted. A lot of drivers able to slam on brakes and hold it together. All drivers in pits now. Including Stephen Jack, the American Scottish. Like Brianna said in chat, the most patriotic man out in the field right now. 200% American and 100% Scottish. Doesn't even live on American soil. Repping the flag. Wonder if he's paid for this game. Hunter Smith currently going to be your leader now. Boundy going to be coming out in second. Charlie Morgan going to be in third. Gibson going to be in fourth. Horst rounding out your top five. It's going to be a rough night for sure. The biggest question remains, how long is this next stint going to be? No, Brianna, you make a great point. That probably is a decals paint. If you're wondering what decals is, we always talk about it here. Decals, paint, and photoshops. It is your one-stop shop for all of your iRacing paint needs. QR code in the top right corner of the screen. Scan that. You'll join the Discord, where you'll be able to put in your request for a paint. It will be made for you, of course. They have different tiers, and The express paint, just a regular standard paint, and I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Those are probably the best paints you'll ever get that you don't have to make. One-to-one recreations of your favorite cars that are driven in NASCAR, LMPs, dirt cars, ERT. It doesn't matter what it is. He will be able to get it done for you. Wendy's Frosties. I've seen him do Chastain Busch Lights. I've seen him do Jockeys. I've seen him do Truexes. He's made the Jeff Gordon Monte Carlo 400 rematch car for me. He's also made anything you can think of. He has a very thought-out process to make those paints, and it's all in a ticket form, and will be delivered to you right back on that ticket. Privatized, so no one else but you will be able to run it. So scan that QR code and join that server. Tell them Young Hitta sent you. We're going to be back to green flag now. 29 more laps to go. Thank you for the shameless plug, Brianna. 29 more laps to go. Bounty and Smith going to be fighting for the lead now. We've seen it a lot of times tonight so far. We've had 23 lead changes and 6 cautions for 18 laps. Lap 72 at this point in time out of 100. Just under 30 to go now. This is where it's going to start getting good. This is where we're already going to start seeing people wreck out. We already have Matthews and Norris out on the night. Leaves 4 people still a lap down. Gregson, Taylor, Sellers, and Picklesimmer. Gregson 1 lap down, as well as Taylor, Sellers, and Picklesimmer both 2 laps down at this point in time. No, another big one. I saw Banky involved in that one. Gregson, I believe, gets around it. Gregson does get around it, but Gibson gets collected. Yellow flag going to be back out now after a lap of running. No bueno. No bueno. Of course, looking back at the accident here. Unfortunate situation, something you just can't avoid, and it just goes to calamity. Another tough caution for a lot of drivers. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to go back to pacing. We are going to shoot to a commercial break, and we are going to be back with the 7th restart of the night here after these drivers get some damage taken off and go back into pits one more time. Hang around. You're watching the American Stock Car Racing League Season 2 opener here on the Asphalt Racing Network.
contact very nearly. He just to the outside line. He breaks so much later. Masker can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom. Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh,
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
You got a great car, great team. Go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction.
Side by side, hammer down.
The after-checks are lit. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. Victory, this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
You gotta say no, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can in one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
Coming back with the green flag back out now. We have stayed picture in picture the whole night. We have not thrown a commercial. Why? Because it is the Season 2 opener here for the American Stock Car Racing League. 24 more laps to go. Sean Boundy still holding the lead. Ethan Horst now making the move. Trimmer Yates as well. 34-71, 15-69 of Morgan, and the 97 of Hurt rounding out your top 5 right now. Already starting to see some moves for position, and this is what's been causing these cautions to come out so frequently. They are 3 wide in the back. Not anymore. They've pulled out of that 3 wide. Probably a wise decision. Now here's a question, so it's not on me. I'm not going to be the one to jinx it. Chad, how much do you think we're good on cautions for the rest of this race, or do you feel like there's still going to be a little bit more because this race is starting to get aggressive now? I'm going to leave it up to y'all. If you have channel points, I can put a prediction up. Get y'all some extra channel points. Let's do a prediction on the channel here. It's going to be a quick prediction. We're only doing... Never mind. We're not doing a prediction. Caution's out. Caution is out. I was only going to do a 30-second. Didn't work. Dalton Gibson, Paul Bloom, Nick Wing, Corbett, Jackson, Wilson, Hess, Smith, all involved. all started with Trevor Yates up there making a dive to the bottom. Oh, no, that wasn't on Trevor Yates. I believe that's the 20. The 20 of Hunter Smith. 20 of Hunter Smith literally just drove up the track there. Caused a huge stack up and another caution to come out. Not a good situation. Huge crash. A lot of these drivers in that crash have already used our fast repair. A lot of them. 8th caution of the night. I'm going to go back and look at this caution one more time. I was on Rodman. Yeah. Rodman did start that caution. Thought it was on the 77 or the 20. But no. It was Rodman. 8th caution out now, lap 80. Going to be a lap 81 this time by. We just had a wreck under caution, so we're going to go back and see that as well. Believe we had a wreck under caution somewhere. Trying to beat each other out on pit road. Just comes up right into him. A car goes up to the wall. Right in front of the leaders. Green flag's going to be back out now. 18 laps to go. Can we keep it green? This is going to be the biggest question of the night now. These drivers cannot afford it. Any more accidents, and it's going to start claiming victims one by one. We got a driver off track right now. It's going to be the 16 and Nick Wing. He's going to be back up on now. Ethan Horst now going to be your new leader. Pack splitting out a bit. We got 2-3 wides in the back. 2-3 wides in the back. That was not looking like it was going to be good there. There's still 3 wide in the back. Just kind of. We got an off-track event. Horse still in the lead, 16 laps to go. We're holding on strong right now, 16 laps, 15 this time past the line. We are 3 wide in some areas of the track. They got 3 lines going. They are wiggling all over the place. Horse still in your lead right now. Greer not too far away. These lines up front are starting to lose it. To go. And there's another wreck. There's another wreck right there. Josh Ball involved in that one. Oh no, he wasn't in that one. He actually avoided that. Ninth caution of the night out. Corey Rainey, unfortunately, with a meatball flag there now. Eric Rodman with a meatball flag. Madeline Jackson with a meatball flag. '29 did hit. 29 was the initial start of that caution. Claimed a lot of damage there. Not a good finish to the night. We were doing really good. Now, of course, double file this time by. Caution lights are going to be off. We're going to be back green next time by. Oh, 40 of Chase Greer. Currently in the lead with a 15 of Horst. Banky, Leash, and Morgan rounding out your top 5 as we're going to get ready to go back green here now. A tough night for a lot of drivers. Here we go. Driver's going to be ready to go. Green. Under 10 to go. Green flag's going to be out now. 11 to go this time by. Horst immediately dropping to the low side there. 2 by 2. So far, so good. It's not going to get any easier the rest of the night. And we are wrecking in the front of the field. 10th caution. Out now. Kevin Leash involved in that one. Ten cautions, a whole lot of racing, 90 laps into the race. Hopefully, we can get this done before we hit 11:30. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be back in just a few minutes after these drivers figure out what they need to do to finish 10 laps.
We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and three-time
Holy
Daytona winner
fucking
Denny
shit,
Hamlin.
dude.
But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick. Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system. And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's got a Hemi!
Hell yeah, it does.
You want more? Buckle up. Rams coming back to NASCAR.
Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
We are back. Still under caution. 10th caution of the night here. After a hellacious race so far for these drivers. As you can see it on the progress bar, we've had a very minimal long green flag runs. The strategy for pits have practically been out of the question for a long time now. We are trying to make it done. We are going to be at lap 93 when they cross the line to start this restart. Pace lights are off. We are going to be back green flag this time by Ethan Horst is your leader. Chase Greer in second. Morgan Banky, Pickle Simmer rounding out your top 5. I'm praying for these drivers. We can get it done. No more cautions. 8 to go. Green flag is out. We still have green-white checkers. I'm hoping we don't use that. For the sake of these drivers already getting loose on the top side. It looked like that was... That's a short. Here we go, 7 more laps to go. Let's keep it green. Oh, driver way off track, and we're wrecking again. Ball Bloom on the track. Went off track there. Pickle Simmer with a meatball flag. Hunter Smith with a meatball flag. Dwayne Corbett, meatball flag as well. Daniel Holloway threading the needle. Wheel man of the century right there. Good Lord, dude. I mean, look at that. Parting the seas. Charlie Morgan now going to be in the lead at the time of that caution. All right, we're going to have 3 laps left here. I needed a sanity break. We are back. There's going to be 3 laps left here. There's a lot I can say about the racing I've seen tonight. I'm not going to say it. We're going to leave that for behind the scenes. The truck is going to be off. Gibson is going to take us back to green flag now with 2 laps to go when they cross the... 3 laps to go when they cross the line. Can we finish the race? Is going to be the biggest thing. A lot of it has come from wiggling without paying attention to who is on your inside or the outside. That's where a lot of your cautions have come from this entirety of the night. It has all been minor mistakes that could have 100% been avoided. Now we are down to the wire. If we use a green-white checkered, I swear, 3 laps is all we need. And there it is. The caution. Schroem with a meatball flag there. Sam Taylor involved. 87 of Schroem involved. 97 of Hurd involved. They are not looking too good either. That's going to activate a green-white checkered. It's 1 out of 3. Words cannot describe my feelings right now. Hey, Craig, appreciate the sub. I just realized that. Appreciate that, brother. No, it's not. It's not even that, Brianna. It's the fact that we are grown men and women right now that cannot keep a car in a straight line until a corner. Nor can we keep the corner straight. I'm not trying to be overcritical of driving right now. But I mean, it's not like this is a hosted session. Officials go cleaner than some of this racing. I'm just shocked. You would think by at least like the 8th caution that we would have it, you know, kind of dialed in. Well, here we go. Pace lights are off. It's going to be a green-white checkered. 1 out of 3 to see who could actually finish this race. Morgan and Gibson in row 1. They're going to be starting off here. Start off with 32 cars. Don't got many left. All we need is 2 laps for that white flag to come out, and it is a wrap. The fat lady is singing, and that is all she wrote. That's kind of all we really where we need to get to is just that 2 laps done. Right now, the aggression is just kind of taking over, and I mean, you know, you want the track position. You know, as the more laps go into the books officially, the less opportunities you have to get that win, and I feel like that's where we're seeing a lot of this come from right now. But of course, you know, there's a time and a place where you got to kind of lock in and get that race finished. Adam Schroem's going to be getting a black flag. 2 laps to go in the session now. Can we hit that white flag? '69 rookie Morgan taking the lead early on. He's got the 71 of Yates not too far behind. Yates going to dive to the bottom side. Cut off Gibson. Charlie Morgan loses the lead to Yates. 2 to go. Make it to the line, folks. You can do whatever you want there. There's a car that just disappeared in the middle of the front pack. I think he's still disappeared. And there's another wreck. White flag's out. It is over. It is not going to matter. 4 cars wrecked out. Josh Ball, black flag there. Probably cutting through pits as he got wrecked out. Trevor Yates, Gibson for the lead. Your season 1 champ. Now back to back, or side by side, shall I say. Just gets the edge out. Gets the lead. Not going to have enough run on the high side. You got to be careful here entering 3 and 4. This is where it's going to start getting hairy. Sitting on that top side could be it. A little bit of wiggles. Looked like Corbett was going to spin the 17 of Gibson out. They keep it going. Gibson down track. He's off. Gibson, Corbett. Corbett gets the win. Gibson gets loose. They wreck after the fact. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. What a tough race. What a very tough race. Looking at your recap here, we still have post-race interviews, so don't go anywhere because these are probably going to be the most charged interviews you've ever heard. 12 cautions for 36 laps, almost an entire half a stage. 3/4 of a stage done under caution. 25 lead changes overall tonight. 1, Thankful 1 green-white checkered was used as the automatic blow-up comes from Gibson. We're going to go to our top 3 interviews. It's going to be Dalton Gibson in third. Charlie Morgan again with another interview today. In second, Dwayne Corbett, your leader in first, will be last but not least. Let's go ahead and see if these drivers are ready to go. Get their top 3 interviews ready. Let's bring in our third place finisher on the night. It's going to be the 17. Who's had a lot of trials and tribulations here tonight to make it in a top 3 finish. Almost had the win there. It's going to be the 17 of Dalton Gibson.
What's going on, Tyler?
I could ask you the same question, man. I mean, you were the one on the track the whole night. You had to run the series as you were driving it and kind of have to put up with the extent of back-to-back cautions. So, I mean, how are you feeling about everything here tonight?
You know, to tell you the truth, I'd rather, stub my big toe on both feet against a steel bar. It's getting ridiculous. I preached and preached and preached, over aggression and just situational awareness, it seems like, for the life of me. So we're gonna see after this race review, because we've got a lot to look at. But overall, happy with where I ended up. I wish that I could have pulled it out. Just got a little bit of a off center bump, got loose, and managed to save it. But obviously, coming up 2 spots short.
So, I mean, overall, of course, got to hear from you a little bit during the race. Weren't really happy about any of the any of the output that was going on early in stage 1 and practically almost the entirety of stage 2 now. Where do you feel like the disconnect was coming from as to why it was still saying so aggressive, even after the fact that, these drivers had the opportunity to realize, like, hey, our aggressive driving is only causing us more grief. We only have one faster pair, and almost half of us are either a lap down or taken out at this point.
Yeah, I mean, part of it's gonna be, people are gonna start feeling, some of the penalties that we've had, in comparison to what we've been doing. It's kind of been a slap on the wrist. You either own up to your stuff. Like I want you to own up to if you cause a wreck. Say, hey, my bad. Obviously, whether it's intentional or not, that's to be determined. But at least fess up to it. Like that's all we ask. But it got to the point now where it's like we're going both with a 5-point penalty EOL just to start out with. If you don't claim it, you're getting held a lap next week. So we've got a few of those to dish out. So it's just going to be a matter of time. And if that doesn't work, we're going to start, moving to progressively harsher penalties. And, I don't want to be the bad guy here, but at this point, what does it take? Because I know that there's talent. It's just situational awareness, kind of like what I was saying earlier. It's like, why are we racing so hard after a stage when there's nothing on the line except for finishing points thereafter? You got 50 laps that you could potentially run green. You could potentially, play into strategy. So, I mean, I don't get exactly where the disconnect is happening, but, it might end up, we take a faster pair away, or like I said, harsher penalties, or we'll figure out what we need to do. But it's getting to the point now where it's just it's a bad thing to watch. And I'm sorry for some of these guys that have stuck around to watch this. Like, I know it's not fun just watching caution laps. That's not what people come here to see.
Now, of course, still really good finishing position from you as you started in 25th, finishing in third place, even after a green-white checkered. Fast repair was used early on, having to negate damage all night. And with a lot of the incidents we've had here, how do you feel your race went for you tonight to be able to finish in that top 3 spot?
I mean, I don't know how, but I do know how. I feel like just because the amount of wrecks that we had, if I was in the back, in the 20s, 2 cautions later, I'm in the top 10. I don't know what else to say strategy wise, because there really wasn't any strategy. It was just maintaining 4 tires and your car damage for the majority of the race. It was frustrating, but I mean it was good to finish podium here and walk away from this one and try and go back to league management stuff and figure out what we need to do better.
Of course, man, before we let you go, and I don't even know what to tell you after that one. Before we let you go and try to decompress as much as possible, either with a beer or an ice pop in your hand, do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Well, I'd like to thank you, Tyler, for putting up with this, which I'm sorry that it took this long to finish and figure out. The start of the season, we tried some different things, to try and mix it up, make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, just thank you for hanging in there with us and always doing a really good job of putting on these races. I appreciate all that you do. I'd like to thank my teammates, Holloway, Russ, Tyler, Todd. Just thankful for another good season with them. Love hanging out with them. Love getting to race with them again. Glad to have them back and looking forward to chasing another team championship with them. But thankful for them. Thankful for my wife. We have a baby on the way next week. You'll get to see what the gender is. We had a little gender paint scheme or gender reveal paint scheme. I'm not at liberty to say what we're having yet, but I do know. We're both excited. So thankful just for my wife and good health for her and the baby, and just friends and family that are tuning in right now. Really appreciate everybody that stuck around, watched us, and have always supported us. But that's all I got. I'm about to go take a load off and watch some of this chaos.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either,
early.
but I got
It's
to.
too
So
early. You at least got to give yourself like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, man. Congrats on your top 3 finish. Was hoping to see the win, but you had Casper the Friendly Ghost in front of you. That kind of screwed up a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to get him next time. It'd have been nice to see Season 1 champ come and win Season 2 opener, but of course, not everything can go our way. So, of course, congrats to your top 3 finish, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to do next week.
Appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you again.
Yeah, no problem. Is our third place finisher, Dalton Gibson. Moving on to second place, it's going to be Charlie Morgan.
Yay, how's it going there, Tyler?
Going good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Well, 2 interviews in one night. How you feeling?
Man, that was a rough one tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. We got a lot of cleaning up to do. I didn't feel like the first half of the race went exactly. You never can plan for these plate tracks. You know what I mean? All you can do is, hopefully, my whole game plan was to stay out front and try and leave the chaos behind me. And unfortunately, early in the race, it found me. So, but hey, I came back with a P2, so I can't do much complaining.
Of course, like you said, a tough night. Really can't figure out early on what's going to happen till it's kind of in the moment. talk to you a little bit beforehand about how you were feeling coming into the race, and now that it's officially over, was anything you thought in the beginning before we even had green flag kind of the same thought that you came out with, or were you kind of thrown on your head a lot tonight with a lot of the caution, different strategy takes, and pit cycles being taken out?
Right. So when the green flag dropped, I don't know how many green flag laps it was. I want to say like 20.
It
So
was
I
about
was like,
27.
okay. I was like, okay, we're gonna get the green flag stops. We're gonna be good. Change the strategy a little bit, and then it all went to hell in a handbasket. So I didn't have to use my fast repair. I was able to just, with all the cautions, of course, repair all my car up. And then I was like, I'm just gonna stay back here and let everybody kill themselves finally, and well, not kill themselves, but destroy their cars, and slowly, just finally, you're probably watching the broadcast. I slowly decided that I was just going to march my way back to the front and stay there. Like that would seem like the safe spot after I seen all the chaos back there.
Now, of course, it's going to be a different car every week, which is also going to be a little bit more difficult, or different cars on a monthly basis. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to have to navigate and maneuver and try to figure out what's going to work the best, and having to then get comfortable with the car itself. How are you feeling about having to touch about 5 to 6 different cars this season?
For me, it's just gonna up your IQ of how these cars handle. Learn how to make the green flag stops. Just they all draft totally different. So for a lot of these guys, it's just learning and getting that repetition in, so you know what to do in the different cars.
Of course, man, before we let you go, I want to ask you if you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody.
Give a shout out to you for making it through the broadcast with us, Tyler. So appreciate you sticking around. I want to shout out Matt and Dalton for putting this series on. Give a shout out to Josh Ball for inviting me in to run with the guys. Shout out to my teammates Nick, Sean, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully the 69 will be back in the podium next week, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, of course, man. Congrats on your second place finish tonight, first race out. I'd say it's a pretty good accomplishment there. And of course, still got a lot more weeks to go to be able to see how it's going to work out for you in the long run, but hoping it will. So once again, congrats on your top 3 finish tonight.
Thank you, Tyler.
That was our second place finisher, Charlie Morgan, in the 69 car. Getting it done with a good second place finish there. Looking to our winner of tonight. It's going to be the 19, Dwayne Corbett.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, pulled you. I got you. So, of course, man, hard race. Pretty hard, pretty hectic, pretty difficult to have to maneuver. Starting off 22nd position. Lottery track. You never know where you're going to finish. How are you feeling there with that last restart?
I didn't think I'd get that many spots. I got pretty lucky.
I
can't even remember where it restarted. Where did I restart at? I think I restarted 8th on the outside. Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
So a lot of pack racing tonight kind of just had incident after incident after incident. I think you were in at least 3 incidents, or at least where you got hit and spun out, no damage. How difficult was it to try to not only maneuver the pack under green flag, but then also try to predict when and where the wreck was going to happen?
Yeah, so for the most part, just trying to stay on the bottom, stay at the back, stay away from the aggressive pack at the front, and then have my escape route. But I don't race this car that much, surprisingly. So I think I caused the very first caution coming out of pit lane on the green flag run, on the green flag pit, and I had more momentum than somebody, and I tried to go around them, and I'm not used to how low this car sits, and I caught like a little bump on the apron, and my car just went like up in the air and around. It was wild. I've never hit that bump before that bad. But yeah, sometimes I tell the guys, like, guys, remind me that there's a fifth gear in this car because I don't run it that much.
Of course, it's a little bit challenging in the next gen cars. The aero packages and just kind of the way that they handle could be a little bit worse for wear sometimes. Of course, draft makes them a little bit better as they stick to the ground, knowing that we're going to be in the next gen for the next race, one more race in the next gen at Atlanta. How are we kind of feeling about that after getting, this one, the dust knocked off of this race here?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I like this car. I like the way the season's set up. I like the way they set the season up this year. And I don't mind this car really. I'm just unfamiliar with it. I just don't have as much experience with it. But when I do get damage, like almost like I had my fast repair until under 10 to go. That last caution before the finish, I think, was when or maybe two. It was under 10 to go, but that's when I had to use my fast repair. And I had a lot of incidents with damage, and it was all one lap repairs. So it's always manageable with this car. And the pushing is straighter than other cars, better than the O'Reilly car now, but I don't mind it. I'm looking forward to it. Just stay out of trouble.
Of course, man, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, shout out to my team at No Presta, Josh, Adam, Gilday, Adam Strom, Vicente. He's not here tonight, but we miss him and look forward to him getting back. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom. Shout out to you for putting on this broadcast for us. We appreciate it. Sorry to keep you for all these cautions.
It's a part of the job.
Yeah.
Well, of course, man.
Happy to get this result and take some pressure off.
I was just about to say, getting the first race done for No Presta. I mean, pretty strong team last season. ASCRL early on, or about maybe halfway through the playoffs. How do you feel about next season? Are they going to come back? And he said, yeah, stronger than ever. And here y'all are getting the first win of the season. So, of course, man, congrats to you. Good luck to the team for the rest of the season. And, hopefully this isn't just one off. We're talking to you in the next few weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
That was our race winner, Dwayne Corbett, for No Presta Racing. Pretty tough night, I'd say, for a lot of drivers. Really tough night to have to keep the car under you and try to not get into anything, even when there was a few times you really couldn't avoid anything. Unfortunately, some did not finish the actual race as they went multiple laps down, DQ'd, and just had too much damage after, using that fast repair early on. So sometimes, it just doesn't go your way. Hopefully next week for them as we go to Atlanta, Echo Park will be a little bit of a difference as it's going to be a little bit tougher on that track as we've seen here before. Some of the guys are comfortable in these next gens. Some of them are having a little bit of difficulties, but we will see if this will continue into next week or if Echo Park might be our saving grace. Of course, once again, Dwayne Corbett gets the win. Charlie Morgan in second place. Dalton Gibson finishing in third. Matt Banky, the hard charger of the night with 23 gained positions. Sean Boundy, most laps led at 22. Brandon Matthews setting the fastest lap at a 45.673. And our original qualifying fastest was Sean Boundy, of course, that went to our actual lock-ins off of the race. It's been a long night. It's been a tough night for these drivers. The live coverage officially over with now, so you can catch us back here next Monday at 8:30. NARS Trucks and Cup Series Fridays and Saturdays at 8:45 p.m. And of course, Ride Time coming back in September to start their next gen run as well. Been one hell of a race, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to, as always, leave you with a white flag lap, if we can find it, where Dwayne Corbett has officially won the first race there for No Presta Racing. Of course, if you tuned in live, we appreciate you watching us all the way through and through. If you watched it as a VOD, thank you very much as well. Appreciate our title sponsor, Veritas International, for making it all happen. Of course, we'll catch you next time. If we don't catch you back here, we hope to see you somewhere else.